The following program is for adults only. Parental guidance is suggested. In other words, we're gonna be fucking swearing and talking about fucked up shit. Get your goddamn kids away! Leave me alone!
Hey guys, former Atomic Disasters bass player Courtney Panic could use your help. As you're aware, healthcare sucks in this country. And until a day comes where there's no risk of financial ruin for getting sick, we need to help each other out. Courtney has donated her time, tech support, and equipment to a lot of people in the scene. That includes the monitor that I use for this show. I think at the end of the day, we all can agree that healthcare in this country is... Check out our GoFundMe page. You know what the problem is? It turns me on. My asshole just starts to twinge when you do that. Jimmy. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I promise I'll keep it clean.
And now, Cult of Contempt Podcast presents
Out and About with Jim Cook.
That's right. We sent Jim Cook to talk to people.
Messing up the choreography. It's called the Sweet Caroline. Ba, ba, ba. The sound never feels so good. Nice harmony, I like that.
Hey, what's going on? We're at Lee's Hawaiian Islander for Lindsay's birthday. There's some karaoke craziness going on. Check it out. Yeah, it does.
You know where you are? In the shower. Lee's Hawaiian Islander.
Located in the depths of Lyndhurst, New Jersey, Lee's Hawaiian Islander is a lost treasure. The motif is unique. The drinks are great. The food, not so much, but most people just show up for the karaoke.
Crazy little thing on the roof. Crazy little thing on the roof. Crazy little thing on love. Crazy little thing on love. Christ, how many are there?
For Out and About, I'm Jim Cook. Back to you, Paul and Phil.
Hello!
How's it going, guys?
I just tossed to myself.
Did you miss us? We're back.
Jim tossed his own salad? What?
I heard that. What did you say there?
I said I just tossed to myself.
I tossed to myself.
I tossed myself.
That's like wall ball or something.
I think our birthday guest is coming soon.
Ooh.
I can't wait till she gets here. I'm very excited.
Can you
Like the
imagine?
candles.
It's just been like a week of birthdays.
I know. It's just all the heavy hitters have birthdays, though.
Yeah. One of our super fans had a birthday.
Yeah, and some of us showed up to her birthday.
Yeah,
party.
where were you, dick?
I was fucking sick as a dog.
Lying.
Can you hear my voice, people?
Yeah, he's sick of getting strange pussy.
Paul doesn't show up to anything, and he showed up.
Paul's showing.
I wasn't even invited. I just crashed the party, and then
I kind of semi-invited.
I was kind of.
I made it interesting for you to come.
It was great. I was kind of a dick. Lindsay's like, "Oh, do you want birthday cake?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I want a huge piece of birthday cake." So I ate the rest of the birthday cake.
Nice.
And then she goes, she's like, "Oh, can you sing Sweet Caroline?" You did a pretty good Bruce Springsteen. You think you could do Neil Diamond? So I was like, "Yeah, go put it in for me." And I made the birthday girl like a douchebag. Sorry. Go put in my song, but I was eating the rest of her birthday cake while I did it. Jim, you're not in the frame. Move over.
Oh yeah, okay.
You truly
Hey
are.
everybody.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Oh god. So I was just this ghost off to the right.
Yeah, you were just white legs. They thought Hitler was sitting there in shorts.
Give it a month, they'll be pink. Yeah, so I was there, and yeah, I enjoy the rum drinks at least more than I enjoy the food, and I was crocked.
I got yelled at by the guy that works there because he's like, "Are you done with your cake?" I said, "Oh yeah, I'm done. No more with that." He's like, "Throw it in the garbage!" I'm like, I didn't realize there was like garbage right behind me. Like I just got screamed at by a small Polynesian man. I'm like, all right.
I got yelled at by the karaoke guy for doing nothing wrong. He accused me of picking the wrong, writing down the wrong song number.
He did that to me too.
And he's like, yes you did. And I was like, okay, I didn't intend to, and I apologize. And he's like, wait, no, that's on me.
They switched the discs.
I'm sorry.
He's in there like messing with
He's
it.
got this antiquated system. The sound system is fucking awful because it just sounds like this all over the whole room. I don't think it's a great sound system, or maybe it's his shit, or is it the speakers in the play? I don't know. I didn't really vet it, but his stuff is antiquated. He uses discs, and it is not good.
That whole place is like in a time warp from some 1960s
The place,
Asian
you know what?
kinda-
I want to visit that place once every few
It
months.
reminds me of a John Woo movie.
Yeah.
Like I expected
It's just missing
you
the
to just
fucking
be
pigeons.
dual wielding pistols and jumping on a table, slow motion,
That would be awesome.
10 different angles, you know.
But yeah,
What's
so
that rock formation on that one wall?
I love that shit.
Yeah,
That's real. That's natural to
Is it?
Lyndhurst, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Shut
Yeah,
up.
It's indigenous. Yeah.
It's indigenous.
Shut up.
Indigenous.
So you were the punk rock.
When
Andy
Jim
Kaufman.
becomes James.
When Jim becomes
Indigenous.
I'm indigenous.
Yeah, no. I committed the cardinal sin of karaoke. You're never supposed to sing Led Zeppelin.
I heard
I
that,
have heard that too.
and I was like, you know what? This guy's got it. I had all the confidence in the world of you, Paul. I'm not even licking your ass.
I'll tell you, man, like, no, I'll tell you, like, the whole thing with Led Zeppelin, like, I don't even really like Led Zeppelin that much, but it's songs that I've been listening to and, like, singing along with since I was, like, a little kid. Like,
Right.
that's what my dad listened to in the car.
If you don't like rock and roll, you probably have no soul. Or if you don't like, I don't know, like, there's a song on one of the later albums.
I would never do fucking, like, Battle of Evermore
Yeah.
or, like, Stairway to Heaven.
No.
But, like, rock and roll was, like,
You
one of
would
the
do
best-
Stairway to Heaven to annoy an audience if you had an Instagram.
lady who's sure all that glitters is gold.
I always wanted-
and she's buying a stairway to heaven.
I always wanted to do the B section later, like just like as a blues song. And then wind on down the road. You know.
You should just do that part of the song.
That's all I want to do.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Down the road.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Ali dropped the key on a song, a little more obscure, is that one song called Hot Dog. It's on In Through the Outdoor. It's kind of like it's sort of a Texas little like romp, like kind of rockabilly tune. It's like da-da-da-da-da. On the actual song, this is when Jimmy Page was at the height of his heroin use. His playing is fucking sloppy. But the thing is his bad playing is better than 90% of the people at the Clash Bar's good playing.
Yeah.
And that pisses me off. That like there are people that are that naturally good.
Yeah, Jimmy Page is just all fucked up on heroin in the studio, killing it. All right.
JPJ had to finish that
That's
record.
like the same thing too with like fucking Eddie Van Halen. Like that guy even at his like he's an alcoholic with no teeth, and he's up there like like tapping out.
How do you guys feel about Eddie Van Halen? Do you think he's the big innovator that the Guitar Player magazines have been sucking him off about for years, or is he just?
I hear Van Halen in so much shit that I would never think that I hear Van Halen in. That I, yeah,
like what? Like in movies or something? Or
no,
The guy was a protege. An absolute protege. I mean,
a skilled player, and they have good songs, but on a whole, I just don't think they're that great of a band. Their biggest hit isn't even probably his Jump, and it doesn't even have a guitar in it. Really, there's a
but
solo
you know,
at the end.
their biggest hit is not their best song. You know, like their fucking first. I would say all the David Lee Roth albums are fucking unbelievable. Like,
yeah, for sure.
I love Everybody Wants Some. I love Janie's Crying. I love Running with the Devil.
Dead or Alive, fucking. There's like so many. Ain't Talking About Love.
See, I never cared for
Atomic
that track.
Punk.
I never cared for that
But
track.
if you listen to the guitar in that, there's so many like little notes that he just sneaks in there. It's just like so nuanced.
True.
It's unbelievable.
And 1984, I mean, it has some great songs on it besides Jump. Like, Hot for Teacher's great. And,
Best songs ever.
I love Panama. I don't know why.
Dude, their
That's a
covers.
new word.
I always like their covers too because I feel like their covers, you know what song they're playing, but they make it their own. Like,
Yeah.
Pretty Woman, like fucking Roy Orbison sang that as like Pretty Woman.
Sure.
You know, like all fucking nice and sweet.
That was the style of the time.
And that was Roy Orbison's fucking voice. And then like they hear just like Pretty Woman.
Yeah,
Like, he's all fucking David Lee Roth's all bravado and fucking very like kind of little talent, but hits his marks. Like
His presence kind of makes up for some of the sins of his voice.
absolutely.
It was poised.
And I don't know. That's what I bank on every time I go on stage. Look, you know,
The David Lee Roth of Clash Bar.
I will take that title because I am bandless like David Lee Roth. So I gotta get like some. I don't know. Like I've been talking about doing a solo project, but now I don't know. I'm kind of like in project. I don't know. We were talking off stage or off air about having a schedule. I do this on this day on this. I think we got to start implementing that because
Monday every music day. Tuesday and Thursday are like my fun time. Wednesday is this podcast. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's my fun time. Woo!
Wow.
Hell yeah! So I just try to prioritize.
What are you doing right now?
yeah, I don't.
Hey, man! You don't know who I'm doing? Woo!
Was it a wrestler?
I'm not sure.
Close.
Pauly Shore?
Hey, let me tell you something, man.
Jesse
DLR, bro.
DLR?
David Lee Roth. Oh! Hey!
Diamond
All
Dave.
right!
Hello! You know what you need.
Did you ever listen to him as a DJ on the radio?
Yeah,
Awful.
It was hilarious.
So bad.
Awful.
Who else
So
you
bad.
have to sacrifice somebody after Howard Stern, and they sacrificed David Lee Roth. But you know who I wish they sacrificed more? And I'm transitioning.
Okay.
Morrissey! He's racist now, guys.
He was awful anyway.
You guys
My wife has a term in our household that's called whiny British crap, and it's not allowed. She yelled at me for listening to Joy Division one time. I had to go. I had a timeout over that.
As well, you should.
Yeah, that's what you got.
No, the Warsaw record is actually pretty good. There's some punk tracks on that record.
They wrote some
Yeah.
music.
I know the later
Warsaw
shit's
record.
terrible, but we're talking about Morrissey. I know you're in the bag for him, and I
I'm
kind
not
of.
really in the bag for Morrissey.
Dude, you sang me two Morrissey songs.
I know,
while
I
was
know a
hanging
lot of
out here.
Morrissey songs.
Or were you hitting on me?
I know a lot of Morrissey songs, but it's kind of like you know when you fuck a girl for a couple of years and you hear all this shit and then you just kind of don't. It's not like it's the music I listen to where I can't understand the words. It's music that's very legible because he's enunciating all the time. Like that's why I could do an impression of Morrissey because I just banged abroad and listened to him for a long time. And then I started to appreciate the Smiths because it's like, those guys can really fucking play.
Oh, yeah, I like
Like, They're a
I
great
never got
band.
into the Smiths.
I feel like you're associating that pussy with fucking Morris.
I don't associate feminist vegetarian pussy with Morrissey.
What kind of pussy do you associate with Morrissey? Apparently, like Ann Coulter types now.
Steak eating, gun rifle toting, illegals hate.
I used to date a girl. The reason like I got into Morrissey is dated this girl, and she'd be like, "Oh, you can't eat meat anymore. Like, if you eat meat, I'm not gonna make out with you." Like, oh, okay. I would go eat I would go to Burger King and like just eat like a Whopper, and then go fuck her. She had no idea I just ate a Whopper. I'd eat her stupid vegetarian food. Like, oh yeah, here's some fucking leaves.
You know, Paul, I don't know how to break this to you, but, you know, I could make you tofu dishes that would make you weep. I could make you paneer dishes that could make you weep. I bet you don't even know what paneer is.
I've been coming here for a long time. I haven't seen Paul eat anything but junk food and fucking cookies. That's it.
No, I eat chicken all the time. And I eat, you know what I eat? Imitation crab meat. But
That's like bottom feeder fish. It's
I don't care. I just put it on a roll. I make what I call a crab sandwich, where I just take mayonnaise and crab meat and slap it on a roll.
Okay. Somewhere, Allie's working on her record, but somewhere she's twitching. Because she's from the Chesapeake area. She's like Delaware, Maryland.
Yeah,
and what we call imitation...
Dixon line.
Yeah, like... They hate New Jersey seafood. We are shamed for our crab cakes. We are shamed for our imitation crab meat sandwiches. We are shamed. We're being made fun of by Delaware and fucking Maryland. We have issues. This state has issues.
Dude,
we
Delaware-
gotta step up our seafood
My
game.
answer-
Delaware and Maryland can eat my ass.
Yeah, really. Those states suck anyway.
I don't know. I'd like to think that everything has a good lining, but
What you got? You got Ocean City, then you done.
Ocean City's
Beach
fun.
is cute.
You got Ocean City and crime.
Oh, Baltimore has some cool stuff.
Baltimore has no crime too. Great city. I highly recommend it.
Annapolis.
I don't know anybody that's ever been robbed.
One
in
of the
Baltimore.
greatest film directors of all time is a Baltimorean.
Who?
He did some minor B movies.
Expected a
like
name.
Hairspray. He did Baby Waters. John Waters.
John
I couldn't think of his name.
yeah.
Cecil B. Demented.
Yeah, he's like a great picture of Chucky jerking off in Seed of Chucky. He's like he plays a reporter in it, John Waters. It's
Oh
great.
shit! Really? Oh, funny.
I didn't know
There was
that.
this funny thing.
I
that
love
we-
John Waters only because he was in Child's Play. His movies are trash to me.
Really? You don't like his?
I'm
I
just
don't
being a
know when
dick.
you're kidding anymore.
I'm just being an asshole.
Okay.
I'm sowing my wild oats.
All right, so why is Morrissey a racist? What's this all
Oh, you
about?
didn't
Where
see
did this
the
come?
news?
I read the headlines.
He said that some people prefer their own race, and there's nothing wrong with that.
You know what I think Morrissey's problem is with the Muslims.
Okay, well, there is some. Okay, I know for a fact that I get friendly with some customers, and there's a customer who lives in the Fort Lee area, which is predominantly Asian now, and their son gets ostracized for being white, which is kind of fucking crazy. Okay, I know I liked an Indian girl in college, but she wasn't allowed to date me. I don't know, maybe she wasn't attracted to me, and that's what she told me. But I don't know.
Could be.
But like,
I would use that excuse.
I would too.
oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, my parents are racist. I can't date you. That's insane.
We made out, so I didn't think. Okay, anyway.
She probably wanted a piece.
Yeah.
So
I know
you
that
made out with her, and then she was like, "Oh yeah, my parents would never accept you." It sounds like maybe you made out with her, and she's like, "Ah."
One time I dated this Vietnamese girl, and her dad drove by because he was driving around looking for her, and I was dropping her off around the block from her house really late at night, and I was standing outside of my car, and we were just making out, and I was like grabbing her ass, and her dad like pulled up like, "Lindsay, get in the car! What are you doing?"
Oh,
like,
no.
fucking yelling at her. I'm like, "Oh my god!" And I just like got in my car, and, like booked. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so it could have turned out bad for you.
But I mean, is it acceptable for an Indian family to reject a person because of their race? But
My
but I mean-
grandmother is a cunt for fucking all of her shit about like, I always used to bust my grandmother's balls and just tell her like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start dating black girls all the time. because like she was like so racist. Like I'd fuck with her, and like
There was a level of racism in the 70s and 80s that is just not comfortable now. Like, I know in family conversations I've heard, oh, I don't mind the coloreds, but I just don't like when they
Well, my
mix,
grandmother will say, like,
because it's hard on the kids.
My grandmother says
You're making it hard on the kids.
My grandmother will say the N-word all the time, right? She'll call the president, the Obama, the N-word, but like, she fucking, but then, too, she's like, oh, my neighbor, he's one of the good ones. Like she has this like fucked up like perspective where it's like she's not gonna go commit a hate crime against her neighbor, but she throws around the N-word like fucking like candy. You know what I mean?
He's one of
Like,
the good ones.
but
Right.
he's one of the good ones. Like I that's like a lot of my comedy when I do stand up and I say something that's like fucked up or racist is like because of growing up with my grandmother and like because of like it's like a character. Like everybody that's in the room knows it's not, you know, like I'm just fucking with the room, but that's where like I get that like odd perspective that I can take on things, and like I make people laugh because it's like I just watch my grandmother and crack up because I'm like, I can't believe this is fucking real.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, like I would say shit too and like add fuel to the fire because it's just, to me, it's like watching a fucking person freak out over something like that is like, oh my god, how much lower can humanity be? Like, people you don't know you insult because of the color of their skin. Like, I think that's fucking mind-blowing.
I mean, if you really look at it scientifically, human beings are 99.9% the same. You know, I mean, there's like 0.01% that you're any different, and it's just a little melanin. And I think those people from that generation came from the 30s, when shit was really fucking hard in this country, and all the groups kind of banded together and hated each other.
Yeah,
and
like
when
the
black people came up here from the South, they were afraid that they were going to drive down their wages, so they hated them even more.
Well, it's like too, like I know so many people that like went through like the Newark riots and shit like that. Like history, like my dad was like super fucking racist a lot. Like I don't know. He grew up in Elizabeth. When he was a kid, his town was okay. They put projects down at the end of the street. People started fucking selling crack and heroin. Everybody's houses were getting fucking robbed. Everybody left.
Right.
My grandparents never left because my grandfather was like, fuck them, I built this fucking house. Like, they'll take me out of it in a body bag. He didn't give a fuck. He's an old Pollock.
Right.
But like, I don't know, like, I don't see that. It doesn't make it acceptable, but it's like I can understand why somebody would be apprehensive if their experience is negative. But on the same token, you can't judge everybody because of some people being shitty.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it comes down to.
You gotta take each person as an individual, and that's it. Yeah, I think that...
You could look at all the statistics you want, but you go out and actually talk to people.
Right.
Most people are fucking cool.
Right, exactly.
Most people don't give a fuck.
No, they don't. They don't. And I think it's too easy for human beings to break down into tribalism. And I think that powerful levers pull those levers to separate us.
The levers.
Us.
They pull the levers.
The levers of power.
I can't help it. I'm a born lever puller.
What were you gonna say? I saw you. You were like gonna jump in, but then you didn't.
No. I'm listening. I'm trying to be a better listener, Paul.
But I think you bring up a good point. It's like, you know, if Morrissey says it's okay for people to prefer their own race, well, he's white, so that automatically assumes kind of a white power stance. But then if you're Hindu and you're Indian and you will only marry within your race, that's cultural. What's the difference?
What's the difference?
There?
Also, we've been talking a lot about cultural
I think
appropriation.
Part of it is the hegemony of the white race in this world, and I think another part is that Hindus.
What does hegemony mean? The audience doesn't know that.
Okay,
word.
it's the concept that we have the power, so therefore there is no such thing as racism against us because we have the power.
Right.
What do you mean us?
Well, fuck you. I hate you.
You know what's hilarious? When we talk in the fucking chat text, whenever there's like a thumbs up or something, it's always black from Paul.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's my cultural appropriation.
You're the whitest brother I've ever seen.
I use black emojis. I'm sorry.
But it's just like, I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts. All right, so we were talking about, like, my parents were, surprisingly less racist than their parents were. I think it's taught and things change and like the concept of parenthood and what punishment for a child in the 70s and 80s was way different than it is now, as well as relations. I don't think my parents were bad people, but they did say a lot of racist things, or things by today's standards that would be. But my father always had this mysterious story that there was this Jamaican that owed him a favor, and if we ever needed it, we could call him. My dad's been dead about 8 years. I'm still fucking sad.
Dude, you gotta find this fucking Jamaican
I gotta
guy.
find
The
the
favor is
Jamaican.
that we want him on the podcast.
But apparently there's this, but the problem is I have no leads. My brother probably doesn't know much. My sister doesn't know much. And if my mom does know, she'll probably tell me the wrong thing anyway because she's confused all the time. So she thinks that one movie is called The Chronicles of Nausea, not Narnia.
That's hilarious.
Like, she says screwy things, so I don't know what she's talking about.
Doesn't he have like some friends that he used to run around in a crew?
My father didn't have a lot of friends. He kept to himself.
Oh, okay.
There was a biker named Jackie Cugin who once showed up to my house and he had like one of those Don Mattingly mustaches and a vest.
Hey, brother.
Yeah. Yeah, like, and
That dude knows.
and when my dad saw him coming, he said, "Jimmy, get in the house." So I was like,
that's
"Jimmy, get
gross.
close to me." So I was like, "Okay, so what's going on?" And they talked, and he never came back. And I don't know what happened. This is a man that my father wanted as his best man at his wedding. You know what? I think I'm gonna do a doc about my father because I don't know. There's a little hole.
You should.
But I don't know. I am leaning towards. I'm falling in love with video editing and shooting again. And
We're getting better and better every week, if I must say.
I agree. I concur.
Yeah, I'm not so afraid of the effects anymore, but I still can't do a push. I don't
He's
know what I'm
not
doing.
afraid anymore.
The biggest problem, I don't want to sidetrack too much, but the biggest problem I have with editing, what takes me the most time, is downloading the files and then finding where the fuck I put them. And just file management. I need a better system, and there should be some sort of program that can, or algorithm that can say, okay, this is this kind of file, I'm going to put it here automatically for you, and you don't have to. Like, Windows has got to be improved, I think. I think in this day, or is there technology like that?
You could
or
probably
Mac
set
better that way?
in your browser to like you choose where to put the files instead of it.
What I do is I download it, and then I right click on it, and I say show in folder, and then I cut it,
drag it to.
and then I cut it, and then I go and I open up the other window, and then
That's the way life is, Jim.
that's how you do it, right?
That's the trick. Yeah,
Organized.
that's all it is.
You gotta spend a Sunday afternoon organizing, that's all.
But like it takes me more time just uploading all the elements than it actually does cutting them. It's so weird. It's really weird. Like like the time used to be like the elements would all be there. It was a matter of finding them on tape, like the straight cut world. But a lot of the time in TV news, they'd have dumb interns that would take the time codes, so we'd know where to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, they literally have people like stenographers, like verbatim, especially if it was something vague, like a presidential thing. And then you'd have to crank out VOs, which are voiceovers, but they call them VOs in the biz.
Vos, you gotta crank out some
It's
Vos.
VOs and SOTs. SOT is a sound on tape. I wonder if they still even call them SOTs anymore. 'Cause there's no
Probably
tape.
not, because it's not on a tape anymore.
They probably call them bytes now.
Old man.
Sound bites. They're probably sound bites. Yeah, I don't ever want to go back to TV news. I hated it, but I did learn how to cut and cut quickly, and because you had, it was like MASH, like meatball surgery. Like you didn't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
And I kind of like the grind of this show because, by the time I do all my other projects, I don't get cutting until Monday, and sometimes I work, and so I have to simplify. I mean, things are always so grandiose when I start,
Yeah.
and then they're simplified when I finish. But anyway, so Morrissey's a douchebag. We also wanted to talk about some skeletons powerbombing each other in Miss McMahon's closet.
Yeah, this is
That-
great.
I didn't read the article. I wanted you to describe it.
All right. So somebody obtained and leaked almost 100 internal Donald Trump campaign vetting documents for candidates for his cabinet, and of course that includes Linda McMahon from the WWF.
Because they were friendly, because Trump had
Because Donald Trump's taken the Stone Cold Stunner.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, he took that shit. That's crazy to me.
That
Our
made him-
president has taken the Stone Cold Stunner.
You secretly love Trump.
I think it's fucking, it's the greatest joke ever. He announced that he's running during a fucking, a roast. Like, how much fucking shittier can it be? Like, everybody just said the worst shit ever about you. And you're running for president. Now he is the president, and this is what we deal with. But the shit they got her for is fucking, like, hilarious. Like, these red marks. She donated to several Democratic mayors, representatives, and senators over the years.
If you're a business person, you donate to both parties. That's not a big deal.
She paid property taxes late several times since 1984.
All right, they don't let you do that.
Oh, they don't like that.
Wait, she didn't pay property
She
tax?
paid it late.
Yeah, she said some of Trump's comments about women were deplorable. Was she wrong?
Yeah, really.
Took $3 million in taxpayer subsidies for WWE while criticizing government bailouts.
That's fucked up, but so does Walmart and every other fucking major corporation.
And why did... Yeah, I never knew they took that. WWE has faced a number of lawsuits over sexual harassment. All of this shit, to me, is like, kind of... It's like nonsense. Like,
It's like really reaching.
yeah, it is. And then they start getting into the shit the company has done, and I kind of...
How much does she know? Was she a babe in the woods?
I kind of have a problem with that in a way, because it's like you wouldn't do that if it was somebody that produced a soap opera for 10 years where they used whatever language or whatever. But let me continue. So
Please.
WWE has poorly represented gay characters in the past, specifically citing a 2004 segment where a wrestler attacked a man in drag while shouting that he was a faggot. Not acceptable. But again, it's like, isn't it supposed to be like a storyline? Like, it's not real. Like, if that happened in a movie, you would be okay with it, because it's like, oh, the plot eventually goes to the fact that the guy that's being called that probably beats the shit out of the guy calling him that. You know, like, there's usually like a payoff to that. It's not like it just happens and then it's like, yeah, that's what that guy is.
Right.
Well,
it wasn't a hate crime.
All right. The thing is when you're vetting like this, you don't want to give the Democrats any ammunition.
I don't know who they're not trying to give ammunition to, because it seems like she's kind of down the middle, pretty much.
Has she ever made any on-camera appearances in wrestling?
Yeah, as a paraplegic one time. Like,
Really?
she pretended to be like a brain-dead character, and Vince McMahon was like making out with models and stuff. It was real crazy.
Yikes.
Yeah, she's been like powerbombed through tables and shit. Like, she's been in the ring and like doing stuff. She used to be a character, and now she's not, because she's more in politics. And like her husband and the kids like run the company. The company's representation of Arab Americans were also referenced as they were called sand people. That's always been a thing in wrestling. Like, a guy that's not even fucking that race half the time is playing that stereotype of that character. Is it right? No. Not really, but it's been fucking happening for like a million years. Like, what are you gonna do?
Cartoony. I don't know if you watch it, but there was that show Glow about the female, and there was this character, this Indian girl who's adorable in the show, and they made her a terrorist, and she found a way to transition and become a different character.
That's what happens in wrestling. My friend's a big Filipino guy. Falaba, he's cool as shit. He's on TNA. Like, I used to watch him wrestle like in Nutley. They had like a fucking wrestling league.
So you have wrestler friends? That's cool.
Yeah, and he's a big fucking 300+ pound guy, and like he plays like a kind of like Samoan savage character. Is he like that in real life? No. Would somebody look at it and call it racist? Like, probably. He's like a sumo, like, fucking, he doesn't wear shoes. He's got his feet taped, you know. He wears like the diaper thing.
Right.
That is not a good look for them.
I don't know, I just enjoy it, man. Like, he has fun. Those guys get paid. Like, I don't think anybody does anything in wrestling they really don't want to do.
Okay.
A lot of the time, I think it's kind of like it's a job. You're playing a role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a big
Probably
show.
just excited to be in the show.
It's supposed to be kind of.
Although here it gets crazy. The Benoit murder-suicide was referenced, and how a doctor specializing in brain injuries said that it could be work-related. So they don't want to take responsibility for that. That guy murdered his family and then killed himself.
Oh, Chris Benoit, right?
Yeah, and McMahon has gone on to discredit studies that link concussions to brain damage.
Because they want to fucking pay for it.
Their doctor was found guilty of distributing drugs to wrestlers in the 80s. That shit, the whole steroid trial they went
So they're
through.
trying to tie all of his dirty laundry to her.
Anything, really, but it's like such an absurd list of things. Like,
I think there's a couple things going on, like the ammunition thing that I said, but also this might be just.
and no,
Trump's
she got
ego.
the job despite this.
She did.
Yeah, she
Oh, I didn't
was
know
on
that.
his cabinet for years.
Oh, I didn't
think she's
remember.
retiring now, but
Yeah, she's stepping down. But I mean, the other thing is that what level are we going to stoop to in our politics now? We're going to be on President Camacho before we know it. We're going that way.
Yeah, there was
President Camacho man.
there was this dumb movie with Maya Rudolph called Idiocracy.
Yeah, that's what President Camacho.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. You guys were referencing the thing that I was. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, welcome back. I only saw it once, so I didn't. So the Terry Crews character was Camacho.
Where's our guest? I thought the birthday girl was coming. And
I
she
don't
never
know.
showed
I
up.
really miss her. She's so pretty.
Our good friend's birthday. She's not even here.
Yeah, where's Gwen?
Hey, Gwenny, do you wanna have cake tonight?
Yeah, we got you candles and cake and all this stuff. And
You love the show.
yeah,
what
she's
we
gonna
talk
do
about.
a podcast the day after ours that critiques our podcast.
I really could use the
And
feedback.
today is her birthday, so we invited her here, and we got a cake here.
Got a little something for you.
This is the cake.
Look how adorable that is.
That is an American
That's a
institution.
Twinkie with a candle.
It'll last 100 years.
Is anybody gonna light her?
No, man. Let me get one. I vape these days. Like the modern human.
But Gwen said she's not gonna come here because she thinks we're gonna gang up on her.
Which we said we wouldn't do.
Wait, she said gang up, right? Not anything else.
Gang up.
Okay. Because I don't want to get accused of anything.
But since she didn't show up to her party, let's sing happy birthday to Lindsay because you weren't there, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, fuck you, man.
I know, I'm sorry. I was
Ready?
dying of tuberculosis.
Happy birthday to you.
To you.
Happy birthday to you.
Twinkie.
Happy birthday to Lindsay. We gotta work on this.
That may be Gwen.
Happy birthday to you.
Our super fan.
Do. Oh wait, we can't pay for that.
And I'm not sharing this Twinkie.
You bastard.
I think you'll have your birthday and I'll eat the first of this Twinkie.
We got a whole box of them anyway.
Translation, Lindsay, we love you for watching the show. Gwen, we welcome you on, and we will be neutral.
Come on. Tell us your side of the story. And bring your friends.
Or just come on and answer some inquisitor
Phil
questions.
wants you to bring your friend.
I don't know.
Which friend?
I don't know.
A specific one?
Not particularly.
You're right. Come on.
I actually met a fine young lady on Saturday afternoon.
What was his name?
And when
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
Hand your sign.
Jim, where the fuck are you going?
She went for her second master's degree, and she's eventually going to get a PhD. She ran Shakespearean theater. She's traveled all over Europe.
God, that sounds douchey.
She's amazing.
What happened to the other one?
From Texas, gone back to Atlanta. Yeah.
Oh wait, so Nella, bye.
Peaced out. Yeah.
Wow.
She was going to use her spiritual powers to go and heal her family. And then she's gonna learn the
Power of the warriors.
from a shaman.
I have the power.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I don't know.
Shaman?
A shaman, yeah. She's gonna learn voodoo from a shaman.
Oh shit, you better watch out. She's gonna possess a doll.
All right, so it was
I've seen
fucking
Child's Play.
It was fucking Spring Fling, and she's like holding my hand, checking my aura, and then she
Aura.
got oral. And well, that's what she said. She said, I'm gonna give you oral.
No, she gave me oral. She was checking your aura, doofus.
Oh, okay. Then she gave me a hotel key and winked. I don't know what that was about. Oh, fuck you. Anyway, no. She was checking my aura, and then she got weird and walked away. And then I was like, the next day, I was like, wow, I think I'm like spiritually fucked. And then I was just joking about it. But then a really good friend named Santos private messaged me and said, "You're okay, man. Your aura is fine." So it was kind of funny that like
You're okay,
but
man. Your aura is fine.
You're good.
You're good, bro.
And are we having the meeting? Can you pick me up?
Just kidding.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes Santos needs a ride.
Oh.
I'm just teasing.
Don't tease Santos. He's a fucking saint. That's his name.
Saint Santos.
Saints.
His
His name is Saints.
You shame me. It's true. I can't make fun of Santos. He's got that adorable head with those big bushy.
Oh my god, he put on some moves.
We sang the B-52s with Santos at Lindsay's birthday party.
Okay.
It was awesome.
This is the biggest regret of my life, missing this birthday party.
I know.
All right,
You hear that? It's the biggest regret of his life.
My entire life.
I don't know, man. I want to go back to Lee's every once in a while, and we should do a routine. And I think we should do some Elvis next, or maybe
We should do a devil's threesome with Bill, the guy that runs the karaoke.
Oh god, I don't want to sing with that guy. Ew.
You hate that guy.
Oh wait, you really want to bang him? Oh, I thought you meant to sing with him.
No, because he always loses all the discs. We should bring our own karaoke disc.
Right?
Okay. How do we do that?
We just
I guess you could download the shit, right?
That'll
It's
totally
magic. I just make my own. I just record my own songs for karaoke because I'm a karaoke pro. All you people that are in competition out there for karaoke, I'm a karaoke pro. I burn my own discs. Come sing with me. You don't know any of the songs. I'm just telling them.
You don't have to. They put it on the screen.
I'm just gonna let you know.
Can I put in a request for Vampire Pinup Girl? Because I can actually sing that one.
Nice.
Most of your stuff is fine.
Yeah, that's why they sing a step down now. We cheat. We just play a whole step down. We're lazy.
I don't think that's necessarily a shameful thing as long as it sounds good.
It's because I smoke 9 packs a day.
Oh, honey, you gotta quit that stuff. Oh, it's terrible.
Who's your asshole of the week?
I don't know. I'm thinking about like being a dick about this and like not have an asshole of the week and have a hero of the day.
Oh, wow. Look at you.
Hero of the day. Is that a Metallica song?
It is a Metallica. But I don't know. All right, I'm gonna do one last asshole of the week. I have a problem with the perception of mental illness in this country.
Oh, nice.
Cuba Gooding Jr., Show Me the Money, is now in court for allegedly grabbing somebody's ass. The lawyer went on this person's blog, but it's this person's fault for putting on the blog, and said she was bipolar and she's having problems. So now they're using it against her to discredit her. But just because somebody's bipolar doesn't mean that they weren't attacked. I don't think that's entirely fair. I think we need to...
Cuba Gooding Jr. would do that?
I don't know. I didn't think Bill Cosby was capable of the shit he pulled. I didn't think Michael Jackson was capable of the shit he pulled.
You never
So
really know.
you never fucking know, dude.
These celebrities.
I mean,
But did you see the video?
which video?
There's a video of the alleged.
Of the alleged. No, I didn't see the video.
Watch the video.
It's
I
not so
really
bad?
don't think no.
All right. So I was in the Costco on a really bad day, and there was this Asian boy who obviously had problems, sitting in a cart, banging his head, and in a lot of pain. And some people laughed, some people walked by and pretended it didn't happen. His parents looked like they had this shamed look on his face. And all I could think was, is what is going through his fucking kid's head right now that he's doing this to himself?
Yeah.
And it's just like, and nobody gives a fuck. But if that kid was bleeding, everybody would come running. I'm not saying that, just because you have a mental illness, you're exempt from doing anything wrong. I just think we need to start looking at it a little differently. And if I can do anything to make awareness for that, I want to. Because I don't, because, shit's getting bad these days. And I just think there's a lot of people with all you know, all in the bag for the social media and getting your sense of self-worth from that might be really fucking with people.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, and then doctors are handing out pills, like, you know, you think we're all fucking insane. So, which was a line from a song from this really cool band that I was in.
Yeah, for a fucking
That I wrote.
country that says we're very tolerant, we don't really tolerate people very well. We can't wait for somebody to piss us off so we can fucking drag them through the dirt and
Yeah.
our fingers.
Everybody's only tolerant when it's like when they
When
can
it's
shame
convenient.
when they can shame somebody else for it.
Yeah.
That's what I love is like virtue signaling. That's my favorite thing to do now. Is just be like, oh, all these people are racist. Like, yeah, why not? You know.
But that sounds like a Quinn move. She always declares racism on the internet.
Some people.
She goes foul on all this stuff, but she had no problem fat shaming me today for a joke.
Some people do that to elevate themselves, you know. It's sometimes I think a lot of things people do.
What
is
I always
just-
say is consider the source.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
No, I don't know. Hypocrisy still bothers me, but I'm trying to keep things into perspective that, like, if it doesn't really affect my everyday life, why am I giving the emotional currency for that, where I could be spending more time finding out where the fucking Jamaican is?
Yeah.
Because I gotta find out where the Jamaican is, Paul. Now I'm being all ripped.
If it doesn't affect your life, you could basically just laugh at it. That's the approach I take to like everything. If somebody says something stupid, even if
Sometimes-
something I don't like, I'm like, that's a good burn. Like, you know, do I like it? No, but yeah.
The problem is for me that there are more variables of my tolerance. Did I have a good night's sleep? Did I take the right pills?
It's the same thing with me. Did I get a good night's sleep? What did I drink? You know, fucking.
Like, there's a lot of variables to it, and I have a threshold, and there are some people that were in my life that I tried to give signals like, you are beyond the threshold, and didn't get the hint, and I had to walk away. So, you know, but now, I don't know, I'm seeing things different now, and I'm trying to just give back to the universe. But anyway,
We'll see how that lasts.
That's your theme music.
one announcement I want to make. I have the house to myself this weekend, and I'm doing a casting couch for anybody who wants to be in Twisted Audio Theater.
Nice.
So any young ladies who'd like to come over and audition, come over.
Come audition on Jim's casting.
Come and be alone with Jim Cook while you're on the casting couch. Alone in a house with Jim.
Twisted Audio Theater.
Okay.
Come get twisted with Jim Cook.
No. There's no open casting call. I was just making a joke.
You like that, guys? When they come to the casting couch. I'll be there. I'm gonna crash it like I crashed Lindsay's birthday.
Just eat all the cake,
Christ.
sing a song, and leave.
It's the Paul Show.
Who's your asshole of the week?
My asshole of the week is that little shit who beat up that fucking mother of the kid who was fucking torturing me.
Yeah, what a dick, right?
What an asshole. How do you beat up somebody's mom?
You remember when you were a kid
Dad.
and mom would come out, like if you were bullying a kid and the parents come out and everybody scatters?
Yeah.
Just leave the kid that's being bullied and everybody runs
Kids
away.
are fucking fearless.
Yeah, now the kids just beat the shit out of the parents.
That is fucking
Yo, fuck
unreal.
you, bitch.
Can you imagine?
Dude, it's nuts. And she was pushing her stroller. Like, when I was 12, if I was gonna beat the shit out of a mom, if she was pushing a stroller, I'd be like, you know what? I'm calling it off. I'm not gonna beat the fuck out of a 38-year-old lady today. But if she didn't have that stroller, I'd fucking clothesline her.
All right.
Just kidding.
Easy.
Might as well
Easy.
punch the baby
Jesus.
for good measure.
We're trying to get people to like us.
No, they like this.
They do.
The ratings are through the roof right now.
Are they? We have like, what, 7 people?
Cult of Contempt. We have 7 followers.
7 followers!
And we clothesline moms.
We kind of oddly reached 69 people one day.
Yeah.
That's a sexy number.
Or was that just code?
No, that was real.
Again,
I don't know. You know what? I think my asshole of the week is NBC for I don't know, starting another streaming service and taking The Office off Netflix in 2021. I don't know. After 2021, guys, I don't know where I'm gonna watch The Office. This is a really fucking. I'm really thinking about this time in my life. And you know what I'm realizing? Is that everybody's gonna start a fucking streaming service, and then we're all gonna be paying more for... cable will be a great deal. Oh, we get all these channels? Excellent.
But that's how the market adjusts itself, or at least the capitalist.
I think you're gonna find a company that's gonna encompass a bunch of them. Like, you'll be able... It's just gonna be cable where you just pick what the fuck you want to watch.
That's the way it should have been all
Which
along.
is fine. I mean, I'm like, just get there. I just want to pay $27 a month for everything I want to watch. I'm tired of paying 21 here, 7 here, 6 here, 12 here, 11
Did
here.
you see one?
No, fuck that.
I want it.
There's the Disney one with the Star Wars stuff too.
Fuck that. I'll never subscribe to Disney. I'll never subscribe to DC unless you're NBC or you have rights to a bunch of shit. Like Warner, I would subscribe to. There's some that I'm like, I would.
Disney has the rights to a bunch of shit. Like all of our childhood.
Yeah, fuck that. You think I want to watch Aladdin?
The Marvel, the fucking Star Wars. They own everything.
I won't ever watch Star Wars again.
You don't ever want to watch Star Wars?
No, I really
You're
don't.
done?
I am done. I am donezo.
I'm more interested in like the cartoons, like you know, like the Empire and the Clone Wars and shit like that. What's that? Rebels.
Rebels. Yeah, I gotta catch up on that.
Cool.
Rogue One was good.
No, the
Fuck the rest of that.
There's a cartoon show called Rebels, but
Cool.
I know what Rebels is.
Oh,
But
okay.
here's the thing, okay? You know, cable, they were trying to make a law that said that you could split up cable and have it a la carte. You could only pay for the channels you wanted. And that was squashed by the fucking cable
Those
industry.
motherfuckers didn't want it.
And now we're basically going to get it through the internet.
Yeah. Well,
I remember like living in.
because they're cunts.
Yeah,
I was living in Fairlawn in the 90s, and I wanted the Mets, and I couldn't get the Mets, and I was like, look, I don't watch fucking Disney. Why don't you take that and just give me the Mets? I'm sorry,
reminds
sir,
me
it
of
doesn't
this
work that
song.
way.
Living in Fairlawn in the 90s, I wanted to watch the Mets.
Wow. We just came full circle.
I was about to say that, yeah.
All right, well, fuck Morrissey.
Right, fuck Morrissey.
Fuck that guy that beat up that woman.
Right.
Love you, Lindsay.
Right.
Gwen, quit fat shaming men, or we'll start
and why
fat
did you
shaming
show up to
you.
your party, Gwen?
You're so pissed off about that.
No.
Hello.
I put myself out there, so it's whatever I get, I get. I just like pointing out.
out there.
Oh yeah, I'm a fucking.
Gwen, come on and fat shame me.
I'm you're, and spank you while you're at it, and then you want her to make her, you know.
You guys are
You're
gonna
I think we're getting out of here now. It's been a pleasure.
Phil loves your toes, Gwen.
We love you.
What's
Toes.
Enjoyed our presentation of Cult of Contempt podcast. If you have any questions or comments, or want to hear your band on the show, just write us at cultofcontemptpodcast@gmail.com. If you'd like to see back episodes of the show, youtube.com/Plan10 Studios, cultofcontempt.org, or right here on Facebook, Cult of Contempt Network. Even check us out on Instagram at Cult of Contempt Podcast. You want to reach Paul? It's at Paul Mauld on Twitter and Instagram, and Paul of the Living Dead on Facebook.com. Phil Perry, the writer, on Instagram, and his Facebook fan page at Phil Perry, the writer. I'm Jim Cook at Jim Cook on Facebook, or Jim Cook Voice Actor on Facebook. You want to get a hold of me directly, jcookvoice@yahoo.com. On behalf of Paul and Phil, I want to thank you for listening. We'll see you next week at 8:15. I'm Jim Cook. Transmission out. Stand by for contact.